If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code GOBLIN for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description.
Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. And today there's a couple more things that they have talked about updating into Call of Duty World War II. Of course, we have this Resistance event coming out very soon, which starts in literally just like 2 days. And we also have this new patch update where they changed a lot of the different weapons. I've talked about all that in the past, but Sledgehammer Games and Michael Condrey has been communicating with the public and the community through Twitter, through Reddit mostly, and there's a bunch of different stuff I need to update you guys about because they are talking about changing a lot. I don't know what got into them this January, but the community feedback, it's at an all-time high with Call of Duty right now, and it is absolutely awesome. If you guys could drop a like on this video, that would be amazing. Let's go ahead and let's go for 61 likes. That would be awesome if you could hit that. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. The gameplay you're watching here is just some random gameplay. I joined late and my team is getting destroyed. We almost pulled the comeback off in the second round. It doesn't actually happen, but you know, it's hard when you join and then you're losing by so much. But this FG42, this is after the buff. This weapon is once again pretty nasty. If you can hit your shots, 3 shots to kill is nice. That slow fire rate does become a problem occasionally because just of how fast all the other guns in this game fire, specifically the M1941 assault rifle, the STG and the BAR, and then of course all the SMGs are going to extremely outclass, even the slowest shooting SMG will outclass the FG42 by a lot, but this gun is nice after the buff, and I'm going to be doing a top 5 guns and different stuff after the buff in a couple days here. I just want to get some more playtime in with each of these weapons so I can make sure my list is accurate. Now let's talk about what's been going on in the community lately. So first thing we have to talk about is I'm Marksman, who is another Call of Duty YouTuber. He sent a tweet out to Michael Condrey and Sledgehammer Games saying, is it possible to redo the chrome camo to make it look more impressive and reflect the amount of time it takes to get? And Michael Condrey responded with, we're going to look into options on this. Now, you might think this is nothing, but this actually is a big deal because if they are responding to it, it means they are generally, actually genuinely considering changing this. And I think this is an obvious thing to happen. Now, my problem with this is the same thing happened with Dark Matter. Dark Matter, some of you guys may not remember because this was years ago, but when Call of Duty Black Ops 3 first came out, Dark Matter was trash, and then they buffed it and made it look absolutely amazing. One of the best camos and most notable camos in COD history. Same thing happened with Black Sky camo in Infinite Warfare. That one was complete garbage. They upped that one to make it a pretty good camo. It looked bad on certain maps, but you know, that was Infinite Warfare. They didn't have the best support. And Chrome camo in this game, how you unlock it is by getting diamond on every single gun, but it doesn't look like anything special. It just looks like a nice silver camo over the gun, and diamond camo definitely looks better than the chrome camo. So it's like, why would you bother grinding for that if you have to go through launchers and pistols? You have to go through a bunch of hard work to get that, and it's a camo that's not even that impressive. So now I definitely think they will be changing this and making it stronger. It just seems to me like 3 times in a row, you've made the same mistake 3 times in a row. Of course, these are different companies, but it's Call of Duty overall, it's Activision overall. Maybe for the next game, you should make sure that your camo is nice before you actually put out the game. Of course, that's my biggest problem with Call of Duty lately, is they've been putting out games that sort of feel incomplete, but I hope this chrome camo buff does come through, and right now, I don't think chrome camo is worth going for. That's why you see me. I have diamond SMGs because I use those the most. I'm going to get diamond assault rifles probably soon. I'm, going for it kind of slowly. I'm not really going hard for it, but then I'll see if this does get changed and buffed, if it's worth going for chrome camo. I'll make my decision afterwards because who knows how good it can look after that. But that is definitely some good news for people that like to grind the camos. Next big news we have also is that Michael Condrey has teased on Twitter that paint jobs and the emblem gallery, currently listed as coming soon in the Gunsmith and Call of Duty World War II's headquarters, will be available to players with the Resistance event starting on January 23rd. Now, we're not sure exactly, basically all he said is Resistance event. We're not sure if that means it's going to come out January 23rd when the Resistance event starts, if it's going to come out in the middle of the Resistance event or at the end, but sometime in the next month. My guess would be be that it comes out right as this event starts. Of course, that is paint jobs and emblem gallery, which I definitely think is dope and is something that needs to be fresh in this game. Emblems, I've never been that into emblems in Call of Duty. Of course, I know a lot of people love to make different emblems, and there's great cool videos you can make reacting to some of the best emblems. People are very talented with those. And of course, the thing that I'm more into is the gunsmith and the paint jobs. I really did like what you could do with Black Ops 3, make some of the guns look cooler, and especially in a game like this World War II, where it does feel repetitive. You're playing with similar guns on similar maps, or the same maps over and over and over again. I definitely think this is something that could keep the game refreshed. And my biggest interest in this is how do the paint shops react with camos and with variants, because of all that reacting together could come up with some unique stuff in this game. It's definitely going to be interesting, and it's going to be cool to see how that works, and that of course will be coming out very soon. So if you're a fan of that, that is also some really good news. Next big thing is that Sledgehammer Games has talked about health regeneration time, and I mentioned this briefly in a previous video, but I want to go more in depth into this because last time I only had like a minute at the end of a video to talk about it. So basically what they said is we've seen interesting match data and fan feedback alignment on the regen time needing to be tuned faster. How much faster is still being discussed. Exactly when we'll align and be confident in releasing any changes is also to be determined. At launch, we were really trying to make players feel like ordinary and vulnerable soldiers fighting in the brutal conditions of World War II in the 40s. So that's a good statement. It looks like health regeneration will be getting fixed. That is one of my biggest concerns in this game, because so many times, even when your screen is almost looks clean and just has a little bit of blood on it, you can still think you're good. Like sometimes I'll think I'm good and my health is regen. I'll go into a gunfight and I'll die in 1 to 2 bullets, and I'll be like, what the heck happened? And it was because I actually was still hurt, because the health regeneration time takes so damn long. If you're super damaged in this game, like you have 10% health left, I believe it takes 8 seconds or something like that to fully regen your health, and you don't even start regenerating at all until 5 seconds. So between 5 to 8 seconds, depending on how hurt you are, is the current regen time in this game, I believe. And that is very, very slow compared to a lot of different Call of Duty games, especially considering the recent ones we had with the advanced movement. The health regen time in those games were super fast and stuff like that. So it looks like what they're going to be doing here is hopefully making this a lot faster, and that excites me a lot, because that would make me be able to get more kills, rush a lot faster, because if you are a rushing player, you go for high kills, you have to take a lot of gunfights every single minute. So of course you're going to get hurt sometimes. You can't win every gunfight without them shooting you. That's the ideal, is to flank people, shoot them in the side, shoot them in the back, so you don't have to face those gunfights. But sometimes, if you're a good player, you're going to win most of your gunfights, your 1v1 gunfights, and that's where if you get damaged at all, then they toss a nade, and even if you have hunker, you can get that's the biggest concern too, is you get naded, you have hunker, boom, your health is weak, and you're weak for the next 8 seconds. It can really screw up a gameplay, and I think that these changes are going to be huge for this game. And of course, this is to be determined and something they're testing. Hopefully they actually do the proper testing on this one. I'm really hoping they do, and make it faster. They basically said they're going to be making it faster. They said how much faster is still being discussed. So if any sort of buff here is awesome, I'm hoping they make it like really fast health regen. That would be crazy and awesome. But at the same time, the problem with this here is, once again, the age-old debate in this game is the balance between competitive and public matches. And honestly, I think one of the reasons why this is even being discussed is because competitive and pro Call of Duty players have been complaining about this. They've been complaining about this for the reasoning behind, if you get hit with a grenade with hunker, and then the FG42 only takes 1 to 2 bullets to finish you off after that, especially after this FG42 just got the buff. That's been their main complaint to do with that, and that's probably why they are addressing this, so stay tuned for that into the future. And the next thing is that Winter Quarantine is going to be at return to World War II multiplayer playlist rotation next week. Basically, they're saying that this map they're sort of giving it out for free. There's no information of how long the map will be in rotation, but they're adding it back, much like it was in the Winter Siege event, basically giving this map out for free. My guess would be it stays in here forever. But that's just what I would say. As far as this, some people would think this is good news, because now there's more multiplayer maps because of this. Now that would make it 10 multiplayer maps. Of course, that's not including the war ones. That's just strictly multiplayer game modes. But then, of course, the same thing on the other end of the stick is how good of a map is Winter Quarantine. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of this map at all. I don't think it flows very nicely. I think that it's sort of like there's just so many buildings, so many ups and downs. That's my personal gripe against the map. I don't think it's very good, but of course it's a refresher and a new map, and I think it does play good on certain game modes. Search and Destroy is one where I think it is nice, but of course let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. That will be returning, I'm guessing, this Tuesday, and will be in multiplayer rotation for pretty much every game mode. I would assume every game mode. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like in this video if you guys made it to the end. I would really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Sub for Cookie, Note Lookie, and I'm out. Peace.